What is up, comic fam? Welcome to the Legion of Comics. I'm Mark, and we're here to look at new comic book day. But before we do that, check this out. First, let's give a big shout out to the channel sponsor, Big Time Collectibles. If you're in the market for some amazing retailer exclusives, be sure to check them out. They work with some top tier artists in the community. You can find them at their website, bigtimecollectibles.com, or follow them on Instagram and Facebook. Also, channel membership is now live. If you'd like to join the Legion, be sure to hit that blue join button down below and get access to loyalty badges, custom emojis, as well as a monthly Legion Loot giveaway box sponsored by Big Time Collectibles themselves. All right, guys, let's get into it. There is an awesome week of comics. This week is actually pretty huge, not just the amount of books that are coming out, but the books themselves. I'm very excited. So I just picked Amazing Spider-Man up, the changing of the guard last week when Kelly Thompson took over. So I'm excited to say that I have Amazing Spider-Man on my pool this coming week as well. It has moved to 3 times a month. This is Amazing Spider-Man issue number 76. So this one's actually credited to Zeb Wells and Pat Gleason. So I don't know if they're going to be changing writers up, going issue to issue, kind of like how Al Ewing and Ron V both are going to be working on Venom that's upcoming. But yeah, so that last issue was actually good. They really set the stage for this new Beyond arc with Ben Reilly coming back and kind of Peter getting shelved. It looks like they had a big tango with the UFOs in that last issue, so Peter might be down and out for a while, depending on how they're going to play it, how much they're trying to front run Ben Reilly. But I'm in for it, man. The writing was good. The art was fantastic. It didn't feel bogged down by previous stories. It was a great jumping on point. So if you're a Spider-Man fan, but you are kind of feeling disheartened by the previous run, I highly recommend going back in and checking this one out. So I'm definitely excited for it. Next up, we have Joker, issue number 8 by James Tynion IV. So it continues that everyone's after the Joker. This one's kind of losing a lot of steam for me. I'm so close to wanting to just put it on a digital-only list, but I'm still picking up the floppies. I'm trying to hold out until the Tynion era wraps up and just call it right there. But it looks like they're kind of getting down to the point of realizing Joker is not responsible for A-Day. And it's still kind of just perplexing me that people still just think he is. It's been so long since A-Day now, with Scarecrow playing his hand, with Simon Saint playing his hand, all that stuff. But yeah, it's just weird. So next up we have, you ready for this? Immortal Hulk issue number 50. Finally, look at that. Look, will you look at it? Just look at it. Oh my God, that's a beautiful cover. Alex Ross has done it again. But yeah, the finale to Al Ewing's groundbreaking Incredible Hulk run that was titled The Immortal Hulk. Such a fantastic run. Like, this one's going down in the record books. I'm sad to see it go. I'm hopeful for a new era. We do have Donny Cates that'll be taking over Hulk from here, and I've already seen some stuff coming forward, and I'm already seeing stuff with Hulk wearing a jetpack, flying through space, wearing a Weapon X helmet. So I don't have a clue what he's about to do, but I'm definitely not excited for Cates being on it. I know that there's going to be this overinflated hype machine running it and people just screaming how good it is, despite if it's good or bad. Who knows? I just hope it's good. I don't know how I feel about it. Well, I do know I'm just not happy. I'm not happy. But I am happy about Strange Adventures number 12 coming out. This was on a list a couple weeks ago. It keeps getting moved around. I guess because we're getting closer to the holiday seasons, we're kind of shuffling stuff with titles. But the finale to Tom King's Strange Adventures here, it's kind of gotten out that Adam Strange sold out Earth to the Picks. Mr. Terrific's been on the case the whole time, trying to get to the truth. And, you know, in Tom King fashion, this final issue is going to deliver some twist and see how well this whole thing really plays out. Rorschach just wrapped up a couple of weeks ago. Now this one's wrapping up. We do have his Human Target story coming out here soon, so I'm glad that even though we're losing some of his maxi series, they're already introducing some more. Next up, one that I'm definitely not picking up a floppy of, but I am going to read the digital. Hope it's a little bit better than that last issue. Is Batman 89. So this will be number 3 by Sam Han. So I haven't been very impressed with this one. Like, they set the tone and everything really well for the 89 universe, but then we get into it and it's just, I don't know, their focus is in weird places in this book. They're really wasting an opportunity to expand the Tim Burton universe to just kind of like talk about like modern day social commentary versus like 89. I thought it was supposed to be set 89, not 21, but whatever. I'm still going to check it out and see if it's any good, because that last issue, we finally see Harvey Dent in a situation that could lead to an inevitable Two-Face. So that's been like kind of like the most interesting part to me, is knowing that we have the Billy D. Williams, Harvey Dent supposed to be being Two-Face. It's only like 5 or 6 issues, and here's issue 3 and we don't even have Two-Face yet. So they're kind of wasting a lot of time here. But next up, we have Superman and the Authority by Grant Morrison. This is the finale to this 4-issue miniseries where we see a depowered Superman putting together his own team to head to War World, and it doesn't look like they're quite going to make it before the Ultra Human Knight and his merry band of misfits come in and make an attempt on him and his team. So we've seen that the Ultra Human Knight has always had a body too weak to fight Superman, so he put his consciousness inside of Solomon Grundy. We also see that we got Eclipso on here, and yeah, I'm excited about this one. This series really didn't try to push the narrative too far forward. It was just straight a team building miniseries to kind of bridge the gap between action and, well, current Action Comics on Earth, and then Clark getting to War World. So I'm expecting some of these team members to make it there with him. I'm expecting some not to, but I know that it's going to be a decent issue. Next up, we have Titans, Teen Titans Academy, and this is issue number 7. So this book has just really flopped on its face for me. The last issue was kind of a lighthearted, kind of like a homage to Scooby-Doo. So we have Gorilla Greg and his buddies went to a town just for some R&R, and the town's taken over by Gorilla Grodd. And it was literally played like a Scooby-Doo episode. So we're still dealing with this. While everyone who's picking up this book wants to see what's going on with Red X or dive into the Titans themselves, they're giving us all these like freshman class characters that we don't really care about. Like none of us care about. I'm not saying that they're not interesting at times or cool. I'm saying we don't care. So why are we still focusing on them? I don't know. I'm so close to just dropping this completely, not even reading it, but I'm so hopeful that they give us some more Red X stuff. Like that's all that's keeping me around for these characters that I do not care about. But I'm hoping, hope is the word of the day, it looks like. I'm hoping that it gets good real fast, because one book that is good is Justice League Last Ride. And this is issue number 6, the finale to it. So we've been getting a lot going on in this book. It's almost hard to synopsis it, but we're getting kind of a flashback of an event that fractured the team in the current timeline, where they're trying to protect Lobo from who's in trouble for killing the New Gods. They're trying to protect him from the United Planets, who are now after him, because we found out that they're trying to cover up their breadcrumb trail. But it all leads to Darkseid is the whole point. But they're on Apocalypse. They're being surrounded by everybody you can think of. And they have an option of either setting Lobo free and giving him to the United Planets, or what I'm thinking is let him free and let him fight with you. But I'm really excited to see how it plays out. The dynamic between the characters on the team on such a personal level is the kind of the main focus of the story, and the fights and everything are just the setting of it. So I've definitely enjoyed that. Chip Zdarsky's writing this, and he's doing a fantastic job. Definitely doing a good job. So this week, we're also getting a new Bat title from Black Label. It's called Batman the Imposter. It takes place during like the first year of Batman on his job, and his new presence in Gotham is really pissing off the original pecking order of Gotham. So they've pretty much like built their own Batman to ruin his reputation, is what I'm guessing. Like he's going out killing people, doing it live on camera like he doesn't care, and it's kind of just making everybody go after Batman, not realizing that there's an imposter. But this has got a amazing creative team. It's got Mattson Tomlin, Andreas Orentino, Jordi Belair on the color. So I'm definitely in for this one. Like I know there's a lot of Batman stuff out there, but if it's good is my thing. You know, I don't care if there's a lot of any book out there, as long as it's actually good quality. So I definitely enjoy books like this that are outside of the main continuity, because especially right now with the Fear State stuff, you can feel really bogged down. But you can step away from that and read something like this, which is like year one Batman. Like, well, I guess like year 2. I mean, he's already completed year 1, so he's into the second year of Batman. But I think that's pretty cool. And it kind of plays into the Batman movie that's coming up, in my opinion, that takes place in like his second year. And like looking at his like costume on this, like with the shoulder pads and stuff, that's pretty interesting to see the dynamic of how he's operating himself. So definitely looking forward to it. Next up, the last book that's on my guaranteed pull list for this week is Power Rangers number 12. So this series has exploded. It is phenomenal. Like, it was kind of like treading water for a while, but then it all just came together. Ryan Parrott has set out to lead us into the Eltarian War that's coming up. We had the return of Drakon. We had the realization that the Zordon's people have actually been corrupted and are conquering worlds left and right, and they're now on Earth coming for it. We had the realization that Zed is actually like one of Zordon's fallen comrades from back in the day. We had the realization that they're probably going to have to work together to get through this. I know to a non-Power Ranger reader, this doesn't sound like big deals, but if you've been following this book, or if you're even a fan of the show from back in the day, this is huge stuff that they're doing. It is huge. So if you're not reading this stuff, it's not the time to jump on. You'd have to go back a little bit, not too far, but we're 12 issues in, but yeah, it's phenomenal. So those are all the books that are on my guaranteed pull list, but I do want to spotlight some more because there's a lot more cool stuff coming out this week. So we have X-Men issue number 4, as well as X-Force number 24. And that X-Force cover, man, that's pretty fire. Coming from the Star Wars universe, we have War of the Bounty Hunters issue number 5 and Dr. Aphra issue number 15. Then we have Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 31, as well as Kang number 3. And that first issue I did read. It was pretty good. I just, it's not high enough up on my need to read list. It doesn't make the cut anymore. Time constraint more than anything, but the art in it was phenomenal. Then we have I Am Batman number 2, as well as Wonder Woman 780. Then May's book issue number 2, which this was highly recommended by Tyler from Whack Comics. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to go back and check those out. And then Homesick Pilots issue number 10. Then we have a new Star Wars number 1 from Marvel called Trial of the Shadow. So this is Star Wars High Republic era. And then we have a brand new number 1 from Scout Comics called Swamp Dogs. There's a lot of indie number 1s coming out. Like from Vault, you have World of Darkness number 1 from Second Sight Publishing, Forsaken number 1. But then we're also getting some digital first hitting shelves with Titans United number 2. We do have Gamma Flight issue number 5. I think that might be the final Gamma Flight as well. Then we have Darkhold Iron Man one-shot and Black Manta number 2. So there's a lot of good stuff coming out. And dude, let me tell you, there are tons more of small press publishing books coming out, like a ton this week. So I highly recommend double checking those shelves. Make sure you don't miss anything. And there's just a ton. Be sure to check. If you're curious what my number 1 pick for this week's going to be and why, be sure to head over to the Comic Bets channel. Give him a subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because every Sunday he posts a video that him and I collaborate on where we both give you our top picks and tell you why you should consider checking them out. And also want to give a big shout out to the Augusta Book Exchange. They are the keepers of my comics, the guardians of my pool box. I always make sure that everything I'm looking for is safe and secure and ready for me every week when I go to pick it up. And also, finally, guys, if you have not already checked it out, I have a secondary Instagram page called Pop's Attic. Me and my dad run it. Primarily, my dad manages over it. But we're just moving old back stock in the collection. Price to sell. If you're looking for any run fillers or anything specific, check out that page if you don't see it. There's thousands of books on their way to get posted on there, and only a few a day make it. So feel free to message the page and ask any requests or anything that you're looking off of your want list. Happy to check out and see if we got it for you. So that is pretty much it for this week, guys. I'm definitely looking forward to next week. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you're looking forward to on this list. What are you reading? What am I not reading that you just think that I have to be, that I'm just missing out on? But until next time, guys, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.